Quadratic equations. The general form of a quadratic equation is given by ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where a, b, and c are numbers, and a is not equal to 0, where b and c may be 0. Question 1. Simplify 4x squared minus 4x minus 3 equals 0. Solution. Using factorization method. Now, to use factorization method, you need to get the product and the sum. Now, for the product, you multiply the coefficient of the highest power, which is x squared. Multiply that value with the constant. So that becomes 4 times 3, which is 12. After doing that, you then get the factors of 12, which are 1 times 12, 2 times 6, and 3 times 4. Now, we've gotten product. Now, which of the products will I add together to get minus 4? That's the coefficient of x. Which of the coefficients will I add together to get minus 4? It is 2 times 6. So that means the product is what? 2 times 6. While the sum, the proper sum for minus 4 is what? Minus 6 plus 2. The equation now becomes 4x squared minus 6x plus 2x minus 3 equals 0. Now, grouping them, we have 2x to be common to 4x squared minus 6x, which we now have as 2x into bracket 2x minus 3 plus 1 into bracket 2x minus 3 equals 0. Okay, now you take the common terms, which is 2x and 1 and plus 1. So we make that a factor, which is 2x plus 1 times 2x minus 3 equals 0. In that case, we have our x to be what? Minus 1 over 2 or 3 over 2. Factorize minus 2x squared plus 15x equals 25. In this case also, we are going to find the product and the sum. And on finding the product, we multiply the coefficient of the highest power, which is minus 2, and the constant, which is minus 25. Therefore, we now have that 2 times 25 equals 50, where the factors of 50 are 1 times 50, 2 times 25, and 5 times 10. Therefore, the product which is sum will give us 15 is 5 and 10. We're having our product as 5 times 10 and our sum to be 5 plus 10. Equation now becomes minus 2x squared plus 5x plus 10x minus 25 equals 0. On multiplying the equation by minus 1, we have it as 2x squared minus 5x minus 10x plus 25 equals 0. Now, grouping, we have x into bracket 2x minus 5 minus 5 into bracket 2x minus 5 equals 0. Okay, so we now have it as what? X minus 5 times 2x minus 5. Therefore, our x is 5 or 5 over 2. Question 3. Solve these equations using completing the square method. Number 1. X squared minus 7x minus 5 equals 0. And minus 6t minus 2 equals minus 5t squared. Solution. For question 3, we have it as x squared minus 7x minus 5 equals 0. From the steps just listed, the first thing is to rearrange your question. That's the equation. That's by transferring the constant to the other side. Having it as x squared minus 7x equals to 5. Now, next step, we have to divide through by the coefficient of the highest power if it is more than 1. Well, in this case, the coefficient is 1. So we can move on to the next step. Now, the next step is to half the x term or multiply the x term by 1 over 2. Which now gives us x squared minus 7 over 2x equals 5. Next step, we have to square the coefficient of x and add it to both sides, which gives us x squared minus 7 over 2x plus, open bracket, minus 7 over 2 all squared equals 5 plus, open bracket, minus 7 over 2 all squared. Factorizing, we now have it as x minus 7 over 2 all squared equals 5 plus 49 over 4. Find the LCM, we have it as 20 plus 49 over 4. We now have x minus 7 over 2 all squared equals 69 over 4. Then x minus 7 over 2 equals plus or minus square root of 69 over 4. Leaving our answer to be x equals 7.653 or minus 0.6533. Question 4. We have minus 60 minus 2 equals minus 5t squared. Solution. For step 1, we'll take the constant to the right hand side, which becomes 5t squared minus 6t equals 2. Now, in this case, we have a coefficient of t squared to more than 1. So divide all through by 5, which gives us 5t squared over 5 minus 6t over 5 equals 2 over 5, which now leaves us with t squared minus 6t over 5 equals 2 over 5. For the next step, we are to half the t term or multiply the t term by 1 over 2, which leaves us with what? T squared minus 3t over 5 equals 2. Following the next step, we add the square of the coefficient of the t term to both sides, which leaves us with what? T squared minus 3t over 5 plus open bracket minus 3 over 5 all squared equals 2 over 5 plus open bracket minus 3 over 5 all squared. Now, for the next step, we are going to factorize. On factorizing, we have it as t minus 3 over 5 all squared equals 2 over 5 plus 9 over 25, which gives us 10 plus 9 over 25. Now on solving, we have our answer to be t equals 1.4718 or t equals minus 0.2718. Question 5. Using formula method, solve x squared plus 4x minus 9 equals 0 and 3x squared minus 6x minus 11 equals 0. Now for the solution, formula method's formula is minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And note, from ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, we have a equals 1 for question 5, b equals 4, and c equals minus 9. Therefore, x is equals to what? Minus 4 plus or minus square root of 4 squared minus 4 into bracket 1 into bracket minus 9. Just put in the values of a, b, and c. Then, on solving, we have our answer to be x equals 1.6055 or minus 5.6055. For question 6, we have our a to be 3, b to be minus 6, and c to be minus 11. Substituting into our formula, we have our x to be equals to 6 plus or minus square root of open bracket minus 6 all squared minus 4 into bracket 3 into bracket minus 11. Now, why the 6 at the front is positive is because b is minus 6. And in the formula, we have it as minus b. So that becomes minus 6, which now becomes positive 6. On solving, we have our x to be x equals 3.1602 or minus 1.1602. Moving to roots of a quadratic equation. If alpha and beta are the roots of a quadratic equation in x, then x minus alpha times x minus beta equals 0. Expanding, we have it as x squared minus alpha x minus beta x plus alpha beta equals 0, leaving us with x squared minus x is common to alpha x and beta x, so bring it out. Having x squared minus x into bracket alpha plus beta plus alpha beta equals 0, where alpha plus beta is the sum of the roots and alpha beta is the product of the roots. Also, where the coefficient of x squared is 1. Consider ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Divide all through by a, having x squared plus b over ax plus c over a equals 0. Equating the coefficients of x and the constant, we have it as alpha plus beta equals minus b over a and alpha beta equals c over a. Question 7. Find the sum and product of the roots of the equation 4x squared minus 5x minus 7 equals 0. Solution. Divide all through by 4. If you recall, from our general equation, we have it as x squared minus x into alpha plus beta plus alpha beta equals 0. So that means your x squared coefficient must always be 1. So dividing all through by 4, we have it as x squared minus 5 over 4x minus 7 over 4 equals 0. Equating coefficient of x and constant, we have it as alpha plus beta equals minus open bracket minus 5 over 4 and alpha beta equals minus 7 over 4. Finally, find the equation whose roots are minus 2 over 3 and minus 1 over 4. Solution. The sum of roots, which is alpha plus beta, equals minus 2 over 3 plus open bracket minus 1 over 4, which now gives us minus 2 over 3 minus 1 over 4, leaving us with minus 11 over 12. And for the product of roots, which is alpha beta, we have it as minus 2 over 3 times minus 1 over 4, which is equals to 1 over 6. Using our general equation, which is x squared minus x into bracket alpha plus beta plus alpha beta equals 0, we have it as x squared minus open bracket minus 11 over 12 close bracket times x plus 1 over 6 equals 0, which now gives us x squared plus 11x over 12 plus 1 over 6 equals 0. Multiplying also by 12, we have our answer as 12x squared plus 11x plus 2 equals 0.